Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a few minutes late, and it's all Betsy's fault. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Did you bring an umbrella with you to work this morning? I didn't even know that it was going to rain until I was more than halfway to the store here at Hy-Vee, and I walked inside the building at about 6 minutes after 7 a.m., and 8 minutes later it started downpouring. So I'm really excited about that. The fact that I'm not, sitting here with a still, because a couple of my coworkers came in and they were soaked. Because what are you supposed to do? If you have to get to work, you don't have an umbrella, you're going to have to go in the rain, right? So I sit here in a nice dry shirt. I feel like at this point, though, since we do live in Iowa, you could get away with having an umbrella and a shovel in your car or your vehicle, and nobody could hold it against you, right? Or just have an emergency garbage bag that you could put over your head and then make it into like a little poncho, and you could penguin walk in, because you don't want to shoot your arms out more than likely, right? Because then your arms are still going to get wet. But if you just took that garbage bag and bopped your head through, you could just do this move. It's not a bad idea, right? So just put a thing of garbage bags and an umbrella and a shovel in your car. That's the lesson that you're going to learn on the show today. So I will say this, my grass could absolutely use that rain, and I did. Since it started, I looked at the forecast, and it looks like we may have a little bit more rain throughout the course of the day into the evening. So that's fine, because, again, I think we could use it, like, for sure. My grass cannot be the only one that does not look the best. So did anybody get rained on here? Everybody good? Pam, you good? You get rained on? All right, perfect. That's good. Good. Betsy got rained on? You did? Oh, man. And you didn't melt this time. That's good news, right? Oh my! I hope you had a good weekend. It was a good one. There was a lot that happened, and we'll unpack most of it towards the second half of the show this morning. I do want to get to our first guest, who is here, Pam Collins, director of the Muscle Public Library. Pam, I had an experience last week. I don't even know if you know this, or when this happened to you the last time, but I bought something in the public surplus auction. From the former Muscle Public Library. Good to see you, by the way.
Thanks
for coming back.
Good to see
so
you.
I bid on.
Was it a dead plant?
It was not a dead plant, Pam. I bid on a couple of things. My wife really said, like, we could use a 3-drawer filing cabinet. Mm-hmm. So I put a bid on one, and I guess I should have been more aggressive because I got outbid by like $1.25.
Oh my!
So the person that got this 3-drawer filing cabinet, I think they paid like $5. I opened up with an aggressive $3 bid. I thought I would get like a notification
Usually that would
email.
do it. Yeah.
I thought so. Well, so I'm looking at these items on the public surplus auction website, and I'm like, I'm just going to bid on a couple of things, because some of it you could look at as like a piece of history from the former Muscle Public Library.
I want to know what you bid on.
Yeah, so I got this coffee table, and I won the bid for like $3. And I had to go pick it up, and I had this experience where I was inside the former library, and it was totally empty.
Yes.
It was very strange.
Isn't it strange?
So I wonder, like, if you've had that experience with the transition to the new Muscle Public Library, or are you just like, that part of the story is over? Because when I stood in there, I definitely had, a little bit of nostalgia, but then I thought, wow, the new library is so much nicer. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
So have you been back at all or no?
I haven't been back since most everything has been taken out.
Okay.
I've been back after they moved us, so there were still some things, but not everything.
Sure.
And that felt very sad. It just was kind of weird and sad.
I wonder what your experience, because how many years have you been?
10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would have a more sad, like, wow, this used to be.
Exactly.
But then you go to the new joint.
Then I go and I'm like, I'm so glad we got rid of all that junk. Look how beautiful it is here.
Hey, your junk became Tony's treasures.
Well, once you take it out of context, it can
Right.
become whatever you want.
Listen, my wife was like, "What are we going to do with that coffee table?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's $3, so
Yeah.
and it's in good shape." Yeah. She really wanted the filing cabinet, so next time
I'm
you're going to get
surprised.
rid.
Yeah, there are lots of filing cabinets.
I know. I should have been more aggressive, and I should have just bought the whole lot. I could have set
The
up.
whole thing.
I could have set up a Musser Public Library museum in my
They
backyard.
might still be looking to sell the building. I'm
Oh, the
not
building's
sure.
for
I'm not
sale?
sure. Oh yeah, I'm not
Wow.
sure if they did sell it or not, but I know they've been looking to.
A lot of room for
You
activities
could
in
put a
that
museum
building.
in
I could. It could be
Yeah,
the library.
the library
I wouldn't want to
museum.
compete though, so I'd have to call it something different.
I don't think it would compete.
No, it wouldn't. So your new space is unreal. It's just so great. We were at the new Musser Public Library last week for last Thursday. There was a presentation by two Muscatine canine police officers.
yes.
So Corporal Patel and Officer Rink, and they had their canine dogs, and that was great. So you have so much more space, literally, from top to bottom, but then you have these functional rooms like that giant conference room.
Yes.
So again, for people that are watching us that haven't made it down to the new library, I don't know what you're waiting for. Even if you're the kind of person that says like, "Well, I don't read anymore," whatever. Even in the old space, y'all have done a great job of being more than just a place with books. And we're looking at some pictures.
Oh right.
The layout's so great.
Yeah.
The furniture is super
This
cool.
is one of this. This is actually a meeting room you can reserve. This
Right.
one here, upstairs, and
So people can go online and reserve spaces.
yes, and
to
this one
use.
you can't reserve it, but you can just drop in and use
Yeah.
it. And this one actually has beautiful river views. It's on the third floor.
Oh, it's fantastic. The views are incredible,
Yeah,
right?
aren't they?
I mean, you just have to feel so
Yeah.
good. I just love the fact that you can jump online, reserve a space, and then just go down and meet or whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
This space is kind of different too because this is a space where you can quilt, or you can do scrapbooking, or you
Wow.
can do something messy and nobody cares. And
What floor is that on? I don't know
that's
if
in
I-
the basement.
Oh, I did not look in
in
there.
the garden level. So Betty will be using it a lot for children's programming, and Kimmy's already doing it. I think she did a rock painting thing there
They
the other
did that
day.
last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I was going to say. So you have all of this functional space, and it's just designed to be a hub, like a community hub.
Right.
Someone said that they felt that way about the store to me a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't even really think about it that way. There's different places in town where people can just gather and be together, and that's how I feel every
Yes.
time I go to the new library.
That's exactly what it is. And we find it's really interesting to see how people use the space because we are getting a lot of people reserving it and having meetings or having study groups or something in the space. But we also get a lot of people that just drop in and just want to read.
Yeah.
I've been surprised how many moms and teens are reading together in some of the little rooms, and then lots of study sessions.
Oh, yeah. Well, imagine how great it's going to be once school kicks off here in a couple
Definitely.
of weeks. I mean, those rooms and those spaces will be booked.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to St. Ambrose, not that the library is the same there, but there were spaces where you could get together if you had
Right.
like class projects, and that's what I think about at the Musser
Right.
Public Library. There's all these rooms you can gather. You know, you're not at somebody's house, so you're not going to have the distractions that come with that, and you can just get together and get your work done. You mentioned reading, so the summer reading program that is coming to a close. Is it
It's
this
Friday.
week? This Friday.
Friday,
Oh
yes.
my goodness! So if you've been doing the summer reading program, and literally each year,
Right.
right? So, but
Right.
this is the first summer reading program that will conclude under the new roof, the
Right.
new space, and it's really an exciting thing. So if we go to the Musser Public Library website, and I always forget how wonderful your website is until I go
Yeah,
there.
I like it.
Like, this is one of the nicest
It's
websites ever.
much improved. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah,
It's just
Ethan
phenomenal.
Anderson's company did that.
Oh, Big Imprint. Yes, from
Big
West
Imprint.
Liberty.
Yes.
Wow.
So they did an amazing job.
Yeah, so it's like new building, new logo, new website.
All
but
new
the
technology.
all new tech. But the summer reading program, that's something that, Pam, that's got to have been going on for years, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know when summer reading started, but
Sure.
yes, it's been going on forever.
So we're super excited to have this program because it encourages so many families to read with their children,
Yes.
or as the kids get older, and they can start to read on their own. I just remember having that experience myself, and now having a 6-year-old that can pretty much kind of put things together, and it's just sort of like this light bulb goes on when they don't. But then as a parent, you also feel like, well, now you don't need me to read that. Then I look at my 3-year-old and I'm like, okay, he needs me.
No, they always enjoy that, even if you're not reading to them. As my child, I found, even as he got quite old in high school, we would read the same books.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we would talk about them. And it wasn't just this formal, let's sit down and talk about it. It was just, oh, what do you think of that? Or what, and it was very beneficial. It allowed us to talk a lot about values in a way that wasn't, you do this kind of thing. Wasn't prescriptive. So it was really good.
I think that's fantastic.
Actually, we still do that.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, people that are able to find the time and jump into a book. I remember being on vacation in high school with my dad's side of the family and finding myself reading, and my dad being like, there's a lake 10 steps outside the door, but sometimes when I'd get into these books, I can just, I don't know.
You can't let them go.
You can't, right. You just sort of dive in, and then they're over, and you're like, what am I going to do next?
Exactly.
You feel like, oh. And then sometimes they take your favorite books and they make them into a movie.
And ruin them.
And they ruin So the example of the book that I read on vacation that particular summer was Hannibal.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the ending in Hannibal is so much better than in the movie. So then I go and see the movie, and I'm still in high school, and I was so disappointed. And I remember walking out of the theater, and my friend was like, "What? Why are you this mad?" And I was like, "Because the book ending was so much better. Hannibal Lecter and Clarice were like involved in Italy, and in the ending, the movie ending was not good." So those are the experiences that you can have with a good book. And then you're right, it is nice to be able to share those experiences.
Right.
And that's why you'll have so many different book clubs in town.
Kimmy has a book club at the library, and I think we'll be adding some book clubs.
Cool.
More, I'd like to add a nonfiction book club.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Something that we saw last Thursday but have not experienced, the big blue blocks.
Yes.
That's so fun. So if we go to the Muscat Public Library Facebook page, we'll see an example of the big blue blocks. This is like, you're almost letting kids like construct their own house.
Yeah, you
right?
could,
These
yes.
are pretty cool. So stuff like this, Pam, again, being that community hub and understanding that you can be such a good resource for different age groups. I mean, you might be the only place in Muscatine that has something for all demographics. Have you thought about that? From
I have
baby lap sit
and we
to,
always that's important to us, that we try to reach all different age groups.
Yeah.
So
that's right there, big blue blocks. Look at that. It's super
They're cool, aren't they?
Yeah. They like made a car.
Yeah.
Right?
They're gonna for the end of summer reading for the kids, they're going to have an open day playing with big blue blocks on Friday.
Fantastic.
And then the teens are having a zombie prom.
I was going to ask about the zombie prom.
Yeah.
Now listen, the good thing about those big blue blocks is that's something that I'm never going to have room for in my house.
No.
So the fact that you all have it. Look, and it's also a practical way to look out the window and check out the views for the young
Those are
people.
future engineers.
Right. That is so genius. And then keep it there for a second. So there was like this, was it like a bad art night that happened a couple weeks ago?
Yes,
That was so fun.
Yes, people created bad art. And then I believe this person judged it and gave awards for the worst art.
Wow. I should have
People
gone. I would
enjoyed
have
it.
won.
It was very freeing. If you want to be artistic but you feel that you're not, it's a good opportunity.
Every attempt that I've made in my life.
Oh, look, Brandy.
Brandy did. I saw Brandy on Friday. Every attempt that I've made, Pam, to be artistic has failed miserably.
Yeah,
so I would have done so well. I can't wait for the second session because I'll just show up and be like, I've been preparing for 34 years for this as a bad artist.
Well, just don't get too vested, because what if you
right? What if it's so
lose?
abstract, or if it's so abstract that people think it's great?
That's true.
And then they want to buy it. And
That's true, and you'll end up in galleries. And,
oh no!
And then you'll feel like you're a frog.
Wow. That might be the second biggest word that we've had on this show.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, you also, and I saw this on the Facebook page, you have a job opportunity, which is cool, right?
Yes,
Has that been
we
filled
do.
yet?
No.
I saw that recently. Okay. So for
Are
somebody...
you looking for something?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm pretty solid here.
Yes.
But let's talk about this for a second. So you have a job opportunity for someone that's looking, library assistant for reference. So can you explain what that means to a layman like myself? I mean, I kind of have a sense for what that means, but does it mean I'd be putting books away all day?
No.
Okay.
Reference means that you would be answering questions and helping people find information.
Okay.
And usually you only work a 4-hour shift at a time because working with the public can be draining in large
No, it can't.
Well, not in 4-hour blocks, but all day, it could be.
No, that's good.
And the fact that it's a library assistant means that you don't have to have your master's.
Nice. Okay.
But we want people who have a little understanding of research and very comfortable with computers.
Gotcha. So a little tech savvy.
Yes.
And then also savvy with customer service.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
yes,
that's
absolutely.
Really, I mean, everybody that works at your place has to, and they do a great job.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I mean, you'll be asked some questions you'll just think like, I mean, that could be part of the interview. Like, here are 5 questions that we never thought we would get asked that probably come up all the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And again, the fact that you don't have the master's degree is nice for that opportunity. So apply for that. Go to the Musk Public Library Facebook page if you're interested. People go to school to become librarians.
Yes.
I don't know if folks understand that. Now, I've understood that because a friend of mine's mom has been a librarian forever. My other friend that I met in college's mom runs the library at St. Ambrose, and there is a lot of continuing education that goes on.
Yes.
It's not just like all of a sudden you think one day, well, I guess I'm going to become a librarian. I mean, it's not that easy, so to speak.
Yeah,
This is a
people
tough gig.
don't really understand, though. We don't, not everybody in the library is a librarian. I mean, we do call people librarians, but in our library, Bobby and I are the only librarians.
Wow. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So did you go, is that what you went to school to do?
Yeah, I went to Grinnell and got a bachelor's in art history, very valuable.
Right.
And then I went to University of Illinois and got my master's in library science.
Library science.
Yeah,
wow.
you have to have a master's degree.
Yeah, you have to. Right? There's no, I don't have a master's degree.
It's
But,
not,
yeah.
it's not like chemistry.
Oh, right. Oh, please. If I ever had to, I think I'm getting anxiety just thinking about chemistry.
Really?
I was so bad at it. I had to take it in high school, and I don't even know if it's one of those classes, I don't even know if I passed. I was so bad at it. It was like literally, like I took German in college, and German's a tough language.
Yes.
Chemistry is 1,000 times harder than German. I felt like my chemistry teacher was speaking a different language. So I have friends that have had to go through those classes, and it's also the same way that I feel about like algebra. No. Luckily, here at Hy-Vee, Pam, I don't have to do a lot of algebra. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah, or geometry. There's no geometry here, which is fantastic.
Not even in shelf layout.
I don't know. That's not me. There might be. There very well could be, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Upcoming events. Do you know what's on the horizon? Certainly, people connecting with the website and the Facebook page are the best ways for us to stay on top of things. But I imagine getting comfortable. Y'all have settled in the new space, testing out different events. Things are working. It seems like a lot of different things are going well. Do you know of anything that's coming down the pike, so to speak?
We're working to bring in a woman who lectures on local history topics.
Excellent.
But that isn't totally set yet.
Sure.
And then other than that, really Betty has her continued programs. We haven't finalized what else we want to be doing. Kimmy Bridgewater does a lot of our adult programs.
Yep.
And we just need to sit down. I know she's doing a lot of what she's calling Pinterest lunches or something, or
Cool.
Pinterest picks. So
Okay.
I think that's where she got the bad artist stuff in. So kind of like for a craft activity. And then we would like to do more just informative, educational topics.
Well, we're seeing pictures again of the conference room space being utilized, and again, the fact that we were there last week, and there were, police dogs. And a full room, by the way. I don't know if you heard that it was a packed room. So you talk about informative. That was just an hour, and I guarantee you that there were people in that space that had no idea that we had one, let alone two, canine police dogs in Muscatine working to keep people safe, and all the stuff that they're able to do there. So I think that's a great example, and I have to imagine that like the Spark Plugs program will be coming back with the kids stuff on Thursdays. Yeah. We always looked forward to that. And now, again, you have so much room. Like, I remember maybe it was a year and a half ago or less when you had, like, the Astro Lab at the former location. And it was this giant inflatable, like, thing. And you went inside, you could see the stars and constellations. Now you could put that anywhere. You have so much room. I remember being in the space of the old library and thinking, like, wow, it's kind of tight in here. But now, and again, I need to get. I really, that level or basement level is super impressive. Yeah, I don't even know what's down there. Like, is that a specific set of?
It has fiction and nonfiction and local history mostly.
Right, and again, keep this in mind. Like, totally accessible with the elevator.
Yes.
Easy to get. And in my family, we continue to go through the entrance on 2nd Street.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to make sure that's cool. Cause
we won't shock you or anything.
Right, that's good. We keep going to that door, and I'm like, we eventually should park, because you have so much more parking, too, Pam.
People love the parking. That's everybody's first comment.
Right. It's just such a great asset to have with the breathtaking river views. And, again, so many comfortable spaces to just hang out and enjoy yourself, and just all the functional places as well. Go back to that picture before this one, Ryan. I just want to lament on this for a second. So just think about this: if you have a room full of kids, not that they need to be out of sight, out of mind, or anything else, that's what you could be having controlled. And
the nice thing is that it's very cleanable.
Sure.
So with that floor and everything, if Betty wants to do a dissection or something like that, it's no big deal if it gets a little
dissection
messy.
Of what? A book?
No, she'll do a dissection of like eyeballs and shark pieces and
really?
I don't know. Yes. Well, she has a high school teacher that comes in, but yes, they do that regularly in Skeleton Key.
Look at how excited Betsy got when you start talking about that. Look at Dexter over here. Did you say shark pieces?
I can't remember if it's like shark. I don't remember what it is, but an organ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shark pieces.
Yeah, and they'll do hearts and lungs and yes.
When now listen, I was maybe traumatized a little bit. 6th grade, walked into a classroom during recess, and we knew that this was going to be going on, but there was a teacher that was, and this is true, St. Vincent Ferreira, River Forest, Illinois. There was a teacher that had a chainsaw and went through a cow's head. And I just remember that moment being like, is this up to snuff? It was a science teacher. And then here's even a better one. And please don't, this story is crazy. This is from Ascension Catholic Grade School. 7th or 8th grade, we had a great science teacher. She was a hoot. One of the days, she wanted to show us the effects of cigarette smoke. So she took one for the team and basically like smoked half a pack of cigs and would take, this is true, Betsy's looking at me like this can't be true. She would light the cigarette and then exhaled into this device where it was then showing the effects that could have on your lungs. And I just remember how much she was enjoying every cigarette.
I think exactly. Right. She was probably.
I'm like, this is happening?
She needed a cigarette break.
I'm like, you cannot do this. So that's not the kind of stuff we're talking about.
No, we don't. Happening. No, and we definitely don't force children to smoke.
Right. No, and hey, listen, none of us had to smoke, but I'll just never forget that 7th grade science teacher just like. So anyways, this is, and just thinking like, I feel like you're not really teaching us much. But no, I love the fact that you have all these practical, functional spaces. I just didn't know about the dissection.
And I don't think that people realize now, the ones you don't have to reserve, of course, are free, but even the ones you have to reserve are always free.
Oh, wonderful. So you just, all right, so let's walk us through. Let's go to the website, Mr. Broderson, and let's pretend like, when we did this last time you were here, I think, but I do think it's important to note. Let's go to the website and let's act like we're going to reserve a room at the Muscat Public Library just to show people how easy it is. Okay. So, all right, here we go. We're at the main page. Where do we need to go?
You go to the purple one, reserve a room.
Okay. Right in the middle. Perfect. Yep. So we're going to get this to load. Look at that.
And then it gives you the guidelines so you know kind of what you're getting into.
Right. Please do not smoke a bunch of cigarettes with Tony's 7th grade science teacher. That's a good guideline. I appreciate that. All right, so we've met the guidelines.
Yep.
Let's click reserve a room.
And then it gives you the different rooms and the amenities in each one.
Okay.
So you can pick which one would work best for you. Because, if you have 20 people coming, you don't want to reserve a small room.
Absolutely.
So,
this is so great. Look at this.
yeah.
So the study room's available.
There's one study room that you can reserve on the 3rd floor, just in case you're desperate and you don't want to miss it.
You can take advantage of that space.
My group must meet.
Right, we have to get together.
So then, and then you have to accept the guidelines.
Okay.
One of the important ones is if you have technology needs and you have questions about it, like you haven't used them before, any of our technology before, you need to make an appointment with Bobby.
Gotcha. Okay. Because the last thing that, you understand that if people are gathering for a meeting space and they need to bring in and connect an iPad or something, you don't want them to show up and go, I don't know how to do this.
Well, especially because there might not be somebody there to help them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Wow, you even have layouts of the room?
Yeah,
I didn't know
for
that.
the big room, you can pick the layout you want.
What? So you'll set the room the way that...
We will do our best to set the room up. Setting the room up kind of puts it out of use. So, hopefully that's doable on that date. But yeah, we'll set the room up.
I did not know that. That is super exciting.
It's actually our buildings and grounds people.
Okay.
Who are amazing.
That's kind of how it was set for the police demonstration, where there were just rows of chairs.
Right.
And then they were at the front of the room with like a lector. So, yeah. And what was also exciting is I learned that the shades in that conference room are on a switch.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I was prepared to do the old-fashioned each one, and they're like, no. There's a button.
We were able to inherit a lot of what H and I had.
Yeah. Oh, and here's my video from
cool.
the other night. All right, so check this out. So this is, again, Corporal Patel and Officer Rink, and you're going to see a demonstration. Is there audio with this? I can stop talking over here.
Come help that, basically. So that's what you're going to see here in a minute. Try to do it as cleanly as we possibly can. So if everybody can remain as still and quiet as we possibly can, this is kind of one of the harder things we do.
So Officer Rink is approaching Corporal Patel as if he were a suspect.
Hang out. I'm food here.
You see how Jack's the canine like, come at him, and then he's like, no, not yet.
Gotta remember, these dogs, they want nothing more than to bite. So that is the hardest thing to get a dog to do, is to stop.
I stood up when I took this. Oh! There you go.
Alright, so these dogs are trained to bite the bull, right? So I'm a little bit smaller, and he's tall. So I gotta kind of keep moving to keep him on bite. But this, we are trained. So we train these dogs to bite as deep as possible. We want that nice bite.
Let the record state,
When these dogs are going to bite,
put the
they're not going to come
sleeve
off.
thing on.
He is not going to come off.
Really?
Doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah,
Grab him,
why
twist
not?
his skin.
I don't know. I think it'd be scary.
I think it would be absolutely terrifying, but it's also, I think, relatively safe.
Oh yeah,
Corporal
it's
Patel is
totally
okay.
trained, but it would still be terrifying.
And both of those guys, Corporal Patel, who's getting bit, and Officer Rink, were in the store not too long ago with Jax, who, when Jax is not in work mode, is just like a friendly, dog. But boy, when it's time to go, as we just saw right there.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the
Scary.
examples of a program that was able to happen at the new Muscle Public Library that was available to the public. A full house came out, a lot of families, yes, but that's what's, again, I know that ultimately, yes, we're going to go and get kids' books and movies and CDs, and we're going to show up to the kids' programming, but being a community hub and being such a good resource, I'm so happy for where things are at. I mean, you have to just feel so good about it, right?
Yeah, we really do. And a lot of those things, like the police program, that isn't our program that we asked them to do. That was their program. So a lot of the programming will come from the community, which will be really cool.
So think about that. If you've ever wanted to do, like if you're a Civil War history buff or something, and you've been looking for a space to present, all you have to do is jump online or stop. That's it.
Exactly.
It's wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Did you get rained on or no?
No, I didn't get rained on, but I drove a little in the rain.
Do you need one of my custom?
No, I have my umbrella.
You have an umbrella. Okay. Is it a Muscle Public Library umbrella?
No,
No.
we don't have any marketing, any merchandise.
I think ponchos or umbrellas would be a great idea. Is this a homeowner's class? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, so a renter's class that was able to be, and there's Chad presenting it, that was able to happen at that new space. And again, it's so functional from how it's able to be set up to the projector screens. I mean, it's no wonder why so many people are flocking to it. Pam, please come back and tell everybody
I'd be
I said
happy
hi.
to come back. I will.
Yeah,
I will.
And I need to ask because I have a
Job
kid.
overdues. No.
Yes, I do. How did you know I was going to ask that? How do I pay for that now? Can I pay at the kiosk?
Yes, you can pay at the kiosk when you check out again.
Okay, so I need to return the kid's CD.
Yeah.
And then I can pay when I return it.
You probably can pay when you return it. Most
Okay.
people don't pay. They delay until they want to check out again.
Great.
Then they pay.
And then you have that moment where it's like, I wonder, okay, so that would be interesting if I went and checked something out, it would say.
Yes, but it was over $5. You would have the choice to pay or not pay.
Oh.
If it's over $5, they would block you.
Oh, no.
My card's always blocked.
You're the boss. How do you not have like an override?
Chronically, well, I
Override.
do, but I try to pay my fines anyway.
Me also, Pam. It's this kid's CD. I think it's in my van right now.
Yeah.
And it's like at least return it. I won't have that fish.
No, you don't.
Hey, Tony, this is way overdue. It is? How much?
Or even worse, I can't believe you
$3.
listened to that. No, we never say that stuff. But.
It's for the kids, Pam. It's for the kids. All right, Pam Collins, Director of Muscat Public Library. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely keep an eye on the website and Facebook page
good.
so we don't miss any upcoming opportunities to chat with y'all back on the program. All right. I wonder. Whoops.
Whoops. I'm mic'd.
You are mic'd. That's all right. Let's do this. Betsy, Toyota Muscatine Car Cam. Did you know what today is? Besides Monday, August 6th. Say it with me. National Root Beer Float Day. Right. So I was wondering if you could go down the pop aisle and just show us a couple different varieties of root beer. Could you do that for me? I would love to have a root beer float, but unfortunately my diet prevents me from having fun. So we'll live vicariously through Betsy as she ventures. I like how she's not sure where the pop is. She knows 95% of the store layout, but at this moment she's like, I think it might be this way. She's going in the right direction. Fear not, friends. So if you want to celebrate National Root Beer Float Day, what are the main ingredients you need? You need root beer and you need ice cream, right? It's really that easy. And on a hot, humid, rainy August day, you cannot go wrong. All right, so we're looking for different varieties of root beer that are available here at Hy-Vee. The drink selection it could almost be overwhelming because there's so much. Look at how much, look at the variety of beverages. All right, looking for some root beer. I see some on the bottom shelf. Looks like maybe A&W. And of course, you'll have things like a Hy-Vee branded root beer product. A&W cream soda, diet A&W. Yeah. So grab one of those, grab some ice cream. You're all set. There's a bunch of A&W 12 packs. So I hope that you celebrate National Root Beer Float Day. I want you to. You earned it. There you go. Good job showing the Hy-Vee brand of root beer for National Root Beer Float Day, Betsy. That is fantastic. All right, very good. So if we talk about Toyota Muscatine Car Cam, we have a new Teacher of the Month for August 2018. Our friends at Toyota Muscatine had this on display this morning. I saw it, so we're going to say congratulations to Mrs. Vicky Meerdink with Mulberry Elementary School. I like that they included why she was nominated, so you can read it right there. Vicky was called out for being an exemplary teacher who will remember, you'll remember long after you graduate. So congratulations to Vicky, who will be cruising around in a Toyota vehicle in recognition for her being chosen as Teacher of the Month. So technically, Vicky would be the first Teacher of the Month for the new school year session, whatever. Because school starts on August 23rd, which is what, 17 days from right now? Is that right? Wow. Sorry, kids. Not to be a Debbie Downer. A couple things I want to mention before we wrap up. We have a lot of fun ahead on this show for the week. Yes, of course. This Saturday is the Illinois City Firemen's Festival. That's going to be a good time. We're going to talk to our pal Jason Wolf, who is a volunteer firefighter. There you go. This parade, I'm telling you right now, this parade is tremendous. I have had the pleasure of being in this parade for a couple of years, and the turnout is great. So it starts off with a craft show and a farmer's market parade at 10 a.m. They've got these famous pork chops that they make that are delightful. 11 to 4, Kid Zone and family events. I will be there hosting, hanging out a little bit. Kitty Tractor Pull at noon. MedForce helicopter fly-in at 2 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, it's live music from Luke Kachella. I think that's how you say his last name. Hi, Irv. Luke Kachella. Hey, you know what? We're gonna find out when Jason's here later in the week. How do you say Luke's last name? But this will be a fun time. Put it on the calendar. And if you're looking for something to do this coming Saturday, that's this Saturday, Illinois City Firemen's Festival. Keep in mind, Illinois City Fire Department, all volunteers. So a successful Illinois City Firemen's Festival has allowed them to purchase things like ambulances and fire trucks and be able to be there when you need them, right? So consider coming out to that. Inside the four walls here at Hy-Vee on Thursday, we're starting this wine and spirits blowout sale is what I decided to call it. So if you've been looking for an opportunity to stock up some redonkulous prices. Now, keep in mind, you're watching this show. This is Monday, August 6th. These deals are not effective price-wise until August 9th through the 11th. So 9, 10, 11, while supplies last, from Tito's Vodka to Bud Light, Jim Beam, Barefoot Wine, Captain Morgan. We scroll down a little bit, you'll see some more examples of wine and beer and liquor and, oh my. Hot prices, ladies and gentlemen. Wine and spirits blowout sale. And that Hill Rock single malt whiskey. So that stuff, literally, and I know it's expensive. I understand that. But the normal price on that is like $1.50. And this is the only place in the whole state. That's from New York, upstate New York. They had to barrel that. So those bottles are from one barrel. I've never had it, but it's got a great story. The only place you can get it outside of New York is right here. So if you know somebody that likes their single malt whiskey, that's a savings of about $40. And you can sit around and swirl it in a glass as you light a cigar with a $100 bill. Is there any other way to light a cigar? I don't know. Let's see. Muscatine Charities recap. Yes, I wrote that down. So Friday night, great time at the Merrill Hotel in downtown Muscatine. Muscatine Charities had a successful, I don't know how it came in, but they had a signed guitar from Paul McCartney as one of the silent auction items, plus a live auction. One of my favorite moments during the live auction was they had a Joe Wieskamp signed basketball, and the person sitting at my table had the highest bid. So that was great. Again, Muscatine Charities since 1999 has raised $3 million for local charities. They've also paid for thousands of students to go to preschool. And Ryan Broderson, if you go to your personal Facebook inbox, you'll see that video I sent you of Michael Cavanaugh, who is the entertainment for the evening. I took a little Facebook Live video. This guy, again, handpicked by Billy Joel, starring Billy Joel's Broadway musical Moving Out a couple of years ago. He provided the entertainment inside the Merrill. It was pretty cool. His setup was impressive. Like, I knew it was going to be good. So check this out.
You guys have good rhythm, actually. I'm impressed. Hey, kids, plug to the realest man at the bottom. But then it makes some things less. We sound about that us how it sounds alone.
So that was a really good time, and I thank everybody that worked tirelessly to make Muscatine Charities event a success, because they really did a good job, and it was a lot of fun. Michael Cavanaugh, super talented, and yeah, if you ever get a chance to see him, I don't know if he'll ever be back in Muscatine, but he put on a great show, and I also hope, because I just remembered this, I hope that the Muscatine County Arts Council's fundraiser went well last night. That was also at the Merrill with Jeff Barnhart playing some piano. So I hope that went well. Muscatine Charities. Ryan, do you have that panoramic shot that I sent you? So from that balcony or deck or whatever you want to say, there's just an incredible view. So I took a little panoramic pic while my wife and I were out there, and it's just a good view. Good food, by the way. I don't always have steak, chicken, and shrimp, but when I'm at fundraisers, I do. When they brought that, I was like, is that? Wow. Why leave someone with the option? We'll just give them all three. So, very cool. They had a signed Michael Jordan shoe as one of the silent auction items. I looked at it, and I was like, where am I going to put it? But somebody took it home, so that's very cool. All right, Ryan, what else do you have on your sheet? Okay, yes, last but not least, Hayden Daufelt passed away a year ago today. And now that I work at Hy-Vee, I work with his mom, Kendra. So Kendra and Corey are dear friends, and they had the pleasure of having Hayden in their lives. And he was such a character, this kid. You can see by these. Look at that picture on the far right, doing the double chin thing. He's such a ham. Hey, that is such a great shot. So we all miss Hayden Daufelt for sure, and think about him today. I can't believe it's been a year since he passed away. He fought cancer so bravely, and being around the Daufelt family during that last year was tough, but they are strong people, and this community was right there with them from the first, diagnosis to 2 incredibly successful benefits, and now Hayden's legacy continues, and they're able to help other families with children facing childhood cancers. So, Headbangers for Hayden on Facebook, if you're interested, they do different events, and they'll be having a couple coming up. So, including a giant bake sale, and then they take money from events like the bake sale, and they'll go and buy Christmas presents, and they'll take them to kids at the University of Iowa Children's Stead Family Hospital. So, it is definitely a somber day for sure. There's the Headbangers for Hayden Facebook page, and if you want to get involved, you can look them up on Facebook. And there's a car show August. Oh my gosh, that's this Sunday! Holy smokes! Click on that, will you? Zoom in a little bit. Thank you, sir. Right. I can't believe that's this Sunday. There you go. So if you have a car you want to show off in the Palms Movie Theater parking lot, the Headbangers for Hayden car show ready to go. And proceeds will go to Headbangers for Hayden, which again will then help local families with children battling childhood cancers. 10 a.m. till 3 this Sunday. I'm going to have to reach out to Travis at the Palms and pull his butt in here to talk about that. So, yeah, this is definitely a tough day for Kendra and Corey, and I will be joining them and a couple other friends and family members for something later this evening at Hayden's grave site. So, yeah, that was one of those tough days for sure, and his service was great. I mean, it was so many people. I remember. I was asked to speak at his funeral, which is never easy, no matter who it is, but it's certainly a young person like Hayden. And then leaving St. Mary Matthias Catholic Church that day, the funeral procession was so long down 8th Street. It was just a tribute to how many lives Hayden was able to touch during his short time with us. And I definitely know that he is with his parents in spirit every day. And we'll think about him a lot today. That kid had a lot of personality, that's for sure. And there's go back there for a second, Corey and Kendra. So those are 2 good people right there, y'all. 2 good people. They're expecting, by the way, which is exciting, and they're continuing Hayden's legacy with Headbangers for Hayden. So just, think about Hayden today. Even if you didn't, even if you don't know the Dawfelt family personally, you probably have heard their story, and maybe you supported their benefits. So thank you for that. And yeah, contribute to Headbangers for Hayden. You can make a difference. It's pretty easy if you think about it. Okay, so before we get out of here for the day, we're going to do the team staffing job board, and then we'll wrap up and get ready for Tuesday's show. Something smells good over here. I don't know what it is. It's Betsy. Friday, we had Mike Church on the show, and then they were sampling some of that new ribeye steak. It was amazing. Here's the job board. Jenny, whose number is not 8675309, but it should be. Jenny has an opening. It's first shift supervisor. You can call her at 563-316-7635 or careers@teamssi.com. Next on the job board is Alan, who's been on this here program. Assembly forklift machine operator, $14.50 an hour. That'll help. You could take that gig. Someone watching this right now, 563-316-7638. You can always walk into their office on Lake Park Boulevard across from Happy Joe's. And last but not least on the job board, some temporary openings. Event staff, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Katie has got you. I wonder where this is. This is cool. So there's obviously some event. Oh, I think I know what this is for, I bet. I won't say, but I think it would be a good time, and you could get paid to work, which is how you want it to be, right? So Katie has this 563-316-7639, careers@teamssi.com. Thanks to Pam Collins for taking the time to join us on a rainy Monday. I say that, and I can see that it's not raining at the moment, but we do have rain maybe in the forecast a little bit. Again, my grass could totally use it. I don't want to water the grass, so thank you, Mother Nature. And we all got a free car wash, right? Think about it like that. I needed a car wash, and we got a free car wash. And yes, this is the first Make My Mondays. Check this out. Every Monday from now on, great deals. Did you see what the last one was? The cheese curds? I know. Ridiculous. So that's Make My Mondays, brand new offerings here at Hy-Vee. Even if you're watching this tonight on MPW Channel 5, you would still have time to get here and take advantage of the Make My Mondays, or wait a week for the next installment. You can always see what's going on with the Make My Mondays on Hy-Vee Facebook page, our page. You can see it on the overall, like the Hy-Vee corporate social channels, or if you have a Hy-Vee smartphone app, which is free, you can put that on your phone. You can see it right there as well. So that is very cool. Make My Mondays right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Thanks for watching. If you were with us on the live stream, appreciate it. Shout out to Judy and James and Colleen and everybody that was out there. And if you're catching us on cable, thanks for tuning in. Come in and see us. Definitely on Make My Mondays, huge wine and spirits deal that kicks off on Thursdays, and for whatever else you may need. And Hy-Vee Today will be back on Tuesday morning at 8:30. Looking forward to a fun week, and it's only just begun, friends. Celebrate National Root Beer Float Day, and we'll talk to you soon. We also have a truckload cereal sale coming up at the end of this week. So if you want to get ready for back to school and you need some cereal, this is the opportunity for you to stock up and get some big old savings right here. But for now, that is it. Bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.
Are you okay? Oh, that fresh aroma is here again.
Hy-Vee shoppers, got some great deals back in your meat and seafood department. How about this? How about dollar deals, guys? We got $1 hamburger patties back here, $1 pork chops, got $1 salmon fillets, $1 tilapia fillets. That's right.